Hello, Ashish.
Hello, Poonam. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Thank you for taking the time for this conversation. I'm looking forward to a rewarding conversation. So,
Yeah,
congratulations on receiving four admit offers.
yeah, yeah. Thank
UCLA,
you.
Berkeley Haas, USC, and UCI. And USC and UCI also offered you scholarships. So, how does
Yes.
it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. Awesome. Finally, on the other side of preparation and completing the goal of MBA admissions. Happy to be here at this place.
Yeah,
I'm finally thankful for all the people who supported me in this journey.
of course.
Including my spouse, who was in this journey since from the beginning of this admission process, and also my family, who created the foundation for me to apply for B school. And not only that, but also my recommenders, who were kind of a good source of encouragement for me during this
Mhm.
process. And also I was able to get your help. That was very crucial in this year for my application, which kind of helped me to get all of these admits. Thank you for your help too. Yeah.
Thank you. It was a pleasure working with you. So, to begin with, would you like to share your academic and professional background with our viewers?
Sure. So I was born and raised in India. I did my bachelor's in civil engineering. I worked there for over 1 year in India. Then I moved to United States for my master's in civil engineering.
Mhm.
During my master's, I secured an internship in field of construction management. Since then, I've been in construction management for over 5 years now. And during that time, I was also offered a board member positions for a nonprofit organization called Construction Management Association of America. So I think that's something which also added to my application,
Yeah.
and which is brought up the nonprofit side of my oral application, and that helped me a lot as well. Yeah.
So, when did you start thinking about pursuing an MBA? What are your career goals?
Yeah, it started while I was working on various sites as a project engineer, and it came down to me like if I have to grow up in this ladder of and become a project manager, a construction manager down the line, I need to have some more credentials along with my name. There are various certifications and credentials which I can also apply, but having an MBA would also add. Uh, that would look nice on my portfolio. A lot of our companies, which when we apply for different projects, our clients are seeking for candidates with a more academic and experienced background. So MBA would be a definitely add on to that. And ultimately, my long-term goal is to go up in this in our hierarchy to become a senior construction leader. Yeah.
Right. So, Ashish, you were accepted into all the four programs we collaborated on: Berkeley Haas, UCLA Anderson, USC, and UCI. And as I mentioned earlier, UCI and USC also offered you scholarships, but you still chose Haas, Berkeley Haas. I can see Haas picture in the background, and you told me also. Um, Haas did not offer you scholarships, and going to Haas also requires weekend travel. So, could you please tell our viewers how Haas is the best school for you?
Yeah, definitely, because I did do a lot of research with each of these schools while applying and prepping during the admission process. And during that time, I noticed like the leadership defining principle of Haas or something which aligned with my personal values as well. And And even in the down the line, I see a long-term commitment from Haas and its alumni network. That's something which is pretty strong in West Coast region and all around the world. So that's something which really caught my attention. And in terms of going to making an extra effort for the weekend, I think it's totally worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And there is also option for like an online flex program, which was started last year. That's also doable. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to do the Saturdays to make the most out of the MBA experience.
Good. That makes sense. So, after having worked on applications for 4 schools, what do you think personality and character play, personality and character's role in MBA admissions?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to how much you are putting forward your application towards the adcom. So I literally I think in my essays I literally wrote down everything starting back from my family, how I grew up. So that kind of highlighted all the personalities. And I was before even like coming to you, I was writing my essays all off in very professional manner, listing all those achievements and those successful project completions and everything which was more of like a businessy point of view. But I think adcoms are also looking for something like where are you really coming from and what brings you to the school and how you grew up and
Yeah.
a whole lot of other things which kind of supports your application. So I think personality does play a huge role in kind of shaping your application.
And the main essay of Berkeley Haas was a personal essay about your personality, about your family, culture, hobbies.
Yeah, it was. I believe that was the most challenging essay I've written so far because it was comparatively they had shorter character lengths as compared to other schools, and they were asking for like really broad-ended questions, and most of the time I've seen them mentioning about defining leadership principles, so it was really hard to like incorporate those or into that particular essay. But after talking to you, a bunch of other students, it was like you just have to put your picture in that essay, let the admissions team do the rest of the job. So
Exactly.
I think it is just a matter of putting you out there. So yeah.
Yeah, your essays will show how you
Right.
align, resonate with the values of us. And
That's right. Yeah.
as I told you when we were working also, that your stories very much align very nicely with Haas value of beyond yourself, student always. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't notice that until a lot of the stuff that automatically came out when
yeah.
the brainstormed and everything. So yeah, that was really helpful.
You have a strong track record of extracurricular activities and community involvement dating back to your college days.
Mhm.
What role do you think your non-work experiences, especially your leadership roles, have played in your admission success?
Yeah, I can talk about two roles mostly. One was the volunteering side, where I always been an eager volunteer for different um, community events, social events. So I was since like in school, I was part of some other small local community development team, and then after college, I was in NSS. And moving along, I did volunteer for like here at the nonprofit organization. And for leadership, I was always in the wanted to be in a position where I'm working with a group of people where we are completing, some task apart from, study and work. So I think that's also helped. Like I remember like growing up as a like a school captain in the school, and then coming to the undergrad, running for the president, and carrying that same banner here to US to run as a board member for my own school. And I'm also looking forward to, continue that journey here at Haas. So yeah.
And here also you are playing leadership roles.
Yeah, that's the one with the nonprofit. I'm currently working as
Yeah,
a board member for I think over 6 years now. So
yeah,
yeah, that's something which also uh I think I kind of added that to the leadership side of my
yeah,
application. Yeah.
true. So let's talk about essays now. Video essays have become a popular component of MBA applications in recent years. We also work together on video essay for UCI. Do you
Right.
have any tips for applicants to craft compelling video essays?
Yeah, I think I would say personally for me it was really difficult to give record yourself in front of a non-living thing and give out something very personal information. So it was kind of difficult for me. But I would say true to be yourself, things will be a lot easier if you just give out the information that just comes from your heart, so you don't have to memorize a lot of stuff. Second is do not rehearse a lot. I would say that's just submit the first or a second or third take. I think that should be fine. And yeah, and I think that's what you helped me was also really important, because that I never really did any of such kind of video interviews. So a lot of the times I was just getting distracted. So all of your suggestions and tips were really helpful for doing that, for which I was actually offered a $5,000 scholarship, which was in that $35,000 scholarship. So
Mhm.
there was like a separate award just for that submission.
That's
So
for
thank you for
video.
that. Yeah, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So now let's talk about recommendation letters. Recommendation letters are also crucial parts of the MBA applications, and I have seen many applicants struggle with choosing recommenders, guiding them, and then following up with them for a timely submission. So
Right.
how did you approach them, and what advice you have? Did you have any challenges with recommenders getting them submit their recommendation letters on time?
Yeah, I think I would say very few challenges, but they were really helpful. They all the time they've been on my side since they knew where I am heading towards. So they did not hesitate with any timeline or any of such things. So I would say they had full commitment on writing any recommendations for me. So I'm lucky with that. But the only thing which they needed help with, because they can write a lot of things about me, I needed some advice, like how can we help them to craft such a response which they only need to answer. So they can just go on and write many
Yeah,
things
yeah,
about me. But I think that's where your services were really helpful to kind of just guide them, like what the B schools are really expecting you to
yeah,
write. And I mean, they wanted to write about me,
yeah,
but I think the perfect guidance was really helpful.
true. So I'm glad my LOR guidelines were helpful.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So, do you have any interview tips to share with prospective applicants? A lot of times the applicants get interview offers, but they are not properly, adequately prepared for it, because interview is the last stage that will
Right.
decide if they will get
Yeah.
in or not. So do you have
Yeah.
any interview tips?
Yeah, I would say, even before the interview, there's something which you can even before going for the interview is to try to, meet the the admissions team or like schedule some time with them or any students so that you can, get familiar with the school, how their values are, what they are really looking for. That's something which is, very helpful to get comfortable with them while facing the interview. So, and because it's just, the inter on the day of interview, you're suddenly seeing like, like a new person. It's and with the total different environment. So I think it's a little helpful to, kind of prep your background and do a little bit of research that kind of helps. And the second tip would be just don't stick to your resume. Just um, you know, try to answer, just be ready to answer some of the questions which could be out of your application or essay in general. So yeah, be ready for those ones. I think most of my like I had one in-person interview and another one was like a recorded one. So for the recorded one, I'll keep the same advices. You'll have like one or two times to retake the interview. Just to try to submit it within one or two. I think that should be fine.
Video essays, preparing for video essays also prepare you for the recorded interview.
Right, right.
All
Video.
these preparations count towards getting prepared for the real interview, in-person interview.
That's correct. Yeah, recording. I think Berkeley Haas as the recorded interviews. So yeah, I think that was nice one.
Yeah, and sometimes candidates find it more intimidating than in-person interviews because talking to the camera feels a bit weird. So that needs practice.
Right. I actually feel more comfortable talking to people in person
Yeah, you're not the only
than
one.
on camera. So
You're not
that's
the
something
only
which
one.
yeah, I think my Haas interview was not that really good at all. I wish I had like a chance to do an in-person interview. I could have answered all of those questions better, but yeah, I think it is what it is. There are a lot of candidates applying, so
Whether it is recorded interview or in-person interview, spontaneity, confidence, and communication skills, they are important for all types of interviews.
I agree.
To sum up, what do you believe are the key factors behind your remarkable success, securing admits for all the four programs despite your modest test score? What are the
Yeah,
four key factors?
right. Yeah, I think since test taking was not my really good strength, um, I think I've focused more on other aspects of my applications. So some of them were like just going to schools and researching about them, trying to answer like while answering the questions in the essay, trying to answer uh, in a way such that they also feel like okay, this person has done some research regarding
Right.
our school. So that's something which is a I would say a key step. And secondly was just even before since I was a reapplicant, I did have a lot of information, but I was not able to craft it properly. I had a lot of like experience in terms of volunteering, work experience, but I was not able to put it out. But I think having your service, which was really helpful to me to craft that properly, uh, and not all the schools will ask for everything. So with that help, I was only able to provide the necessary information which was asked and which was needed to be delivered. So that's really helpful. And yeah, I think there is always room for like improvement. A lot of times you can apply and then again go back and redo the scores, reapply for the exams and apply with new scores. So I did work on some certifications along with my applications, which to prove my candidacy better with
Right.
other certifications. Like there was one which is a QRC certification. There is fundamental of statistics, finance, all that kind of, which just to boost your application. I think that's really helpful. Yeah.
You were third time applicant at UCLA, and we wrote an
Yes,
optional essay to show, to demonstrate your academic and quantitative skills that
right.
will enable you to handle the academic rigor of the program. So,
Yes, yeah. I think those certifications, those were also helpful because they the admissions won't specifically say that this is going to help you in the long run, but I think they kind of saying it, you need to have it. But since I had not such a great score, so I thought of maybe completing in advance with to prove my candidacy better. So I think that really helped me.
in the end, what advice you have for prospective applicants, especially for reapplicants?
Yeah, for like all the applicants and reapplicants, I'll say don't go into this low score syndrome where like syndrome where you're thinking like
Yeah.
I won't be able to apply for such and such school, because I remember I spoke with a lot of other consultants, reached out to them, they were all asking me to redo the test and go back and like wait 1 more year and then apply for it again. But I was in such situations where I had to apply. It was like this year or maybe maybe never. So yeah, I think yeah, it's just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Have like positive people around you during this time of process. It really helps you to boost your morale. And in the end, it's just the beginning of the journey.
Right.
There's a whole other uh, there are whole other levels yet to be unlocked. So this is just the first stage. So yeah, just stay involved, I would say. Yeah.
I didn't advise you to retake your EA because
Yeah.
I had confidence in your work experiences, in your community service experiences, your other non-work experiences. I had confidence in that and the certifications, everything else that you had. So I didn't advise you to retake it because I knew, and see, the results are here. You got into all the four programs, which is awesome. It's a great achievement, and I am so happy for you. And, is there anything, Ashish, you wish I had asked and you would like to share with the viewers?
Yeah, I think I can share like one or two tips. Just someone who is probably from similar background or same age or experience. So a lot of the times, people who are applying for the part-time MBA, they are either getting like having like a family along the side and then transitioning into the program. So I would say just to, um, get everyone aboard, get
Yes.
them also involved in the program so they don't feel disconnected. And a lot of the time it's not personal decision, it's more of team decision. So I think and it will only help you in the long run. So that's my 2 cents. And second would be is just one thing is I think uh, I'm more towards instead of like studying, I would prefer networking. So I did network with a lot of people during this time, even before starting preparing for MBA, and all of that helped me. So please, yeah, do go out there, talk to people, engage with them, volunteer. Just out of just don't expect anything, and things will happen.
That's a very valuable advice. Don't
Yeah.
expect things to happen. towards
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That's great. Ashish, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And I'm confident that your valuable tips and your experience, your insights will be helpful to prospective applicants to all these programs. I wish you good luck with your
Uh,
time at Berkeley Haas and continued success in your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Poonam. Thank you for having me. I really enjoy working with you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was my pleasure. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Poonam.
Actually, I forgot to tell you for a few minutes. We talk about how did it go, and so did it go well for you?
Yeah, I think yeah, it was good. Yeah, apart from few hiccups, I think that's fine. There is no matter if you take 10 retakes, there's always going to be something. So I just
I
wanted to, yeah.
I
But yeah, yeah, I was waiting. Like I thought you were going to pause it, so I was there, and I didn't know I
yes,
had to exit the
yes.
meeting.
I made a mistake. You know,
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I made a mistake. Instead of uh, clicking at the pause button or stop button, I was trying to click at there, and then I realized before I could realize you logged off. So
That's fine. But were you able to get the recording done or
I
okay?
will after this it will start converting.
Oh, okay.
After I
Yeah.
log out, it will start converting. And I
Okay.
found it a little brief. Otherwise, it was good. A little,
Yeah, I think
I
that's
not even half hour, I guess.
mhm.
It was,
Yeah, yeah, I think I wrapped up most of the questions pretty quickly,
yeah,
but it's yeah, I think
that's okay.
the yeah, but let me know if you want to like make changes to the video, like make any editing to that. I'll be happy to help with that. Let me know.
We're already so busy. So I will,
No, it's just in case if you need anything. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, what would you do for editing? What are
I use Adobe, not Adobe. Yeah, I think it's Adobe Photoshop. Yeah, it's a very simple editing tool I use. I'm not a really expert in that, but it's something which is very basic. I just put in the video, I just chop it from here and add animation to the end, both end of the videos, so that it should not look like, you did like a mass cut and paste. If you are cutting two videos, then it would be like a glitch in between. So to avoid that glitch, you need to add some kind of transition. So yeah, I think if I had to do it, I would add some transition effect, like if I had to cut and then transition, uh like a question, like a screen about behavioral question, and then transition to this one. I mean, that's just an example, but I don't think if you had to, because anyhow, I have like short content. It would have been
Yeah, it was
helpful for,
pretty short.
yeah,
I was
it would be
thinking for
help.
interview tips, you will talk about behavioral questions, some tips on behavioral questions.
Yeah,
And for personality and character, I was thinking just before the meeting, we discussed the question
yeah.
about favorite meal.
Oh
They
yeah, I think
asked in the
I missed
interview,
that one.
so
Yeah.
it slipped.
Yeah, that's what happens with me. I think I have to, if I make a note of something, then I'll be too focused on that part that I will forget everything else.
Oh, so you made a note of that and then
No, I did not made note. I instead made note of the planning, preparation, and execution part, which was I think in the can you walk us through the application strategy question? So I think I was more involved in that. But yeah, I would be happy to add that question if you want me to. Like, we can add a separate video. That's also fine.
oh, okay. Or you can just record it and send it to me, then I will integrate it. Can that be done? I am not good at editing. Last year,
Yeah.
I interviewed a candidate, and as I told you, he answered, I asked something else. He answered a totally unrelated stuff. And I was like, this won't reflect good,
Yeah.
neither on him nor on me. So I
Okay.
learned to edit it. And for a person who has never done such things, it took me a lot of time,
Okay.
but it
But
was good.
how was my interview overall? Did you find any missing element in that? Like, did you
It
do
was brief, but there
okay.
was nothing
Okay.
missing except for what I told you uh,
Uh-huh.
about interview tips. Then behavioral questions
Mm.
important. And you also talked about meeting admission officers and at school. Full-time applicants cannot do that.
Mm.
I was going to comment on that full-time applicants cannot do it. But then I
Mm.
was like, let me leave it
Okay.
because I haven't mentioned here that it was part-time.
Mm.
I will mention FE MBA. I will mention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the end, it was really good when you said things won't happen on their own.
Right.
You have to go out. And
Right.
so apart from the fact that it was brief, otherwise it was on point, to the point.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it was fine.
That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I never done such kind of interviews. I remember I only did one like during my master's here, and they had like a big camera, like the video camera they use for movies and all. That was super scary,
Scary.
it's yeah,
What
that's
does this
you.
mean?
Yeah, because that was the only first time when I did any such kind of interviews, like like talking, looking into something, and you're just talking, and someone is asking question on this side. So that was super weird, and I was it's like I was not able to answer like a single question. I hope they discarded that tape or something because I never got that back. But
But
yeah, this
I
was
always give questions
yeah.
beforehand, quite, and I also ask for any feedback, any
Mhm.
suggestions you want to delete, you want to add. So if you can be prepared for that before the interview.
Right. Yeah, I think I like can I like suggest you something from the like the way so this is good where we are like you are asking questions, we are delivering information. So I think just to help those, I think my tip would be helpful for the people who are not able to give out the information properly is a lot of the times they are stuck with the question which is at them, and they are developing answers in their mind. But if it would be like just a conversation, I think then they will able to talk more easily. If you host like a podcast, let the example, I'm just giving an example, we can do like if we had to do like a podcast, like you and me are just talking like hey Ashish, how was your experience, how was UCLA? How did they reject you twice and then they accepted you? So I think in that you can take whatever your content you're seeking for, and it's also a lot easier for person who is not able to answer those questions to answer, like in conversation. That's just my suggestions. You don't have to do that,
It's
but I
it's a
think
good
yeah,
suggestion. It's a good
yeah.
suggestion. I tried to chip in.
Yeah, yeah, I think that yeah. So whenever you're asked, so like immediately, our like the person who is sitting here, their mind relaxes and jumps to that the follow-up question you asked. So that's a lot easier to answer.
Mhm.
So the conversation helps, but like the general Q&A, I think I don't know, like a lot of people are comfortable, but some people are little
Oh,
they
yeah, I completely
they
agree. I understand
yeah.
what you're saying.
So that's
I'm
just
also like
my
that. I get nervous in the interview. Here I'm a moderator, and I have been doing it for 7 years now. I mean, I
yeah. So
started interviewing. I've been in this job for 14 years now. And in the beginning, I was just telling applicants to write down their answers. So
okay.
the first interviews for the first 4 or 5 years were in the chat format, where I don't
Oh,
have to show my face, where I don't
okay.
have to face the video.
Right.
For the first 7, 8 years, I was not doing video calls with my
Hmm.
students. I started it so late. So much
Hmm.
hesitation was there in the beginning,
Right.
in the initial years. But since 2018, I started interviewing, posting interviews, and then having video calls because that is more personal.
True, true. Yeah.
So, so I completely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's just my
Yeah, I
suggestions.
completely understand.
I don't know if that would work for everyone. That's just
Yeah,
my
there are
personal
people
thing.
who will go on and on and on and on, and I'm like,
Yeah.
uh, uh, I have to ask the next question also.
Yeah, you probably
We
have
are all
to
so different.
like stop. I
Yeah,
know.
we are all different in more than one way. So,
Right. All right. Yeah.
when are your classes starting?
I think it's sometime in July.
Oh, so there's
July.
time.
Yeah, there's still some time. July. I think we have we launch 18th or 17th, and then the end of the July, which is like beginning of August, they're starting.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's just April, May, June. You have time.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty hectic, but I
Mhm.
would say that after some time, they just get into the rhythm and it keeps getting easier.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'll be
initially,
happy.
it is hard.
Right. I'll be happy to do another video if I get the opportunity to do so.
Why
Uh,
not? Why
yeah,
not?
the
You know, I
post has MBA experience or something like that.
yeah, of course. You know, I have many interviews about B school experience also. Like I told you last week only, I had an interview with a UCLA student who talked about her UCLA experience, Anderson experience at length.
Mhm.
So definitely, yeah,
Yeah,
completing first year or after graduating, yeah, we
it's
will
good.
get in touch again and stay in touch. Uh, I would like to know how did your Haas experience go? I have
Sure.
so many candidates get admitted to Haas.
Right.
I can't even count now. So many of them, and once it came to my mind, it occurred to me, why not request all of them to
Yeah.
just, if not all of them, at least 4 or 5 of them in one session and
Hmm.
ask them questions, but I couldn't get around to do it.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think
It's a bit,
everyone gets yeah, it's everyone is probably like mostly part-time they will be fully occupied
yeah,
either in the morning work and classes in the evening or on the weekends.
yeah. No, after
Full-time, yeah.
graduation, after
Oh,
graduation,
after
some of them
graduation.
have
Oh, okay.
a lot of them have graduated. So
Hmm.
I had a mind to request them, to email them, get in touch with them. And they like to share their experiences in just one video, all of them? Ask them.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
You know, I know it take a lot of time, a lot of my time to get them on one platform on one single day.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ashish, it was
Hmm.
nice talking to you, and I will share I take time in transcribing it and everything, and then I will share it with you, and then you can just like the video and like a video and share it with others. So,
Sounds good.
all right then. Thank you
All
for
right.
your time.
Yeah.
Have a great
Likewise. Thank
evening.
you. Have a good one. Bye bye.
You too.